Have you ever wanted to solve a Rubik's Cube? Well, today I'm going to show you how. Before we get started, there's a few things to know. First being, there's three different types of pieces here. You have your center pieces, your edge pieces, and your corner pieces. Along with that, on screen we have a few different terms which we'll be using for our algorithms coming up. You got your front, right, up, left, and down, along with clockwise and counterclockwise. Clockwise being indicated by an apostrophe. Your front, you're turning the front side, which is the side facing you. Right and left, you're turning the right side and the left side. Up, you're turning the top, and down, you're turning the bottom. Before we get started, there's a few different ways that you can solve a Rubik's Cube. The first being one that I'm sure everyone here has tried, which is just randomly moving pieces around, hoping that you can at least accomplish one side. But according to Andy Kierans, there are over 43 quintillion different possible Rubik's Cube solutions, 2019. So by just doing this randomly, there's very, very low odds that you will be able to finish a cube. The method that I'm going to be showing today is the beginner's method from Rubus.com in 2018, which sections the cube into a few different layers and algorithms, making it a lot easier to solve. The first algorithm, or the first step that we're going to be doing, is to get the white cross. To do this, there isn't a specific algorithm, but just messing around with the cube, you should be able to get it here, where you have the white cross on top and all the side pieces lined up with the correct color. From here, the first algorithm that we're going to be using is up on screen. You're going to want to take one of the white corner pieces, lining it up with where it should be in the bottom row, and you're going to use this algorithm. You may need to use it anywhere from 1 to 6 different times in order to get it to face the right way, but eventually it'll get there. You're going to do this for all the corners, and you should have the entire white face completed along with the first row and each side lined up with the correct color here. For the next algorithm, we're going to want to flip the cube over so that the yellow side is facing up. You want to line one of the edge pieces that has 2 colors on it along with the center piece of whichever matching color. And then depending on if the left side or the right side matches up with the top, you switch algorithm that you're going to be using here, left being the top, right being the bottom. Go ahead, drop those in there for each of the 4 edge pieces. And once you're done there, you should have the entire bottom 2 rows completed. Next, we're going to want to get the yellow cross on top, and you'll either end up with the yellow dot, the corner, the line, or the cross up on top. The one that you get determines how many times you'll need to do it. The yellow dot, you'll need to do it 3, corner 2, line once, and if you have the cross, you get lucky. So you don't have to do this algorithm at all, you can skip the step. Once you get that, the next step is to line up the edge pieces along with the corresponding color below it. To do that, using this algorithm here, line those up, and from there, it should all be lined up. Next step is to get each of these corner pieces into the right spot. They won't be facing the right way, but that is for the next step. To use this algorithm, find whichever corner is already lined up with where it should be. If there isn't one that's already lined up, you can just do this algorithm once or twice. One will show up, and then you can just do it from there. Once you get all the pieces into their right spot, last algorithm that we're going to be using, also the same as the first algorithm. Go ahead, do that on any of the corners that aren't lined up until that corner is facing the right way. And then instead of turning the whole cube, turn the top layer, and just rinse and repeat with each of the corners. Line that top piece up, and you should have a completed cube. With the memorizing a cube, it's a complete different story, but with this, now you can say that you've at least solved the cube.